If you're anything like me, then you're probably obsessed with Claude Code right now and using it every single day to build new things. But what you may not know is that you're probably spending 5 times more than you need to on token costs alone. And that's because a brand new model just dropped called GLM 5.2, and it performs just as well as Anthropic's best model, Opus, but at a fifth of the price. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can set this up for yourself and put it directly into Claude Code so you can get all of these price benefits without changing the way that you actually work. This whole thing only takes 5 minutes, so it might just be the best ROI activity that you do all year. Real quick, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sean and I'm an AI engineer. And I've been building automation and AI workflows for billion-dollar and Fortune 500 companies for the last 5 years. Let's get started. The company that just released these GLM models is called z.ai, and it's actually a Chinese company, but these models are pretty insane. If you scroll down to the large language models here, we'll see all the GLM models here to the left, and the newest one is GLM 5.2. Now, what makes these models pretty crazy is that they compare super well to the other Anthropic models, as well as other ones from like Gemini and OpenAI. And you can see here the comparison of GLM 5.2 to Opus 4.8. It's super close. I mean, you can see the percentage, right? 74.4 on this benchmark versus 75, and a few other ones as well. So the difference is pretty negligible at best. And it really does depend on the benchmark. So we'll get into exactly when you should use it versus when you shouldn't use it in a bit. But I just want to show you up front here how similar it is. We can see some other benchmarks as well. And what we really care about is this GLM 5.2 to Opus 4.8 comparison. Before we get any deeper into the performance, I just want to show real quick some of the pricing, because obviously if the cost of GLM wasn't less than Opus, then we wouldn't really care about this to begin with. I did my own analysis of GLM versus Opus, and I think it's important to note that there's 3 different types of differences when it comes to token pricing. Obviously, you have input tokens, which is the amount of tokens you're sending when you're sending in a prompt. And then you have output tokens, which is the amount of tokens that the model is responding with. Both of these things you get charged for, but you also have a third type here in the middle, and that's called cached input. If you don't know what a cache is, that means that you send in a prompt one time and it gets cached, so that instead of being charged every single time you send in that exact same prompt, the AI model remembers it and it doesn't charge you any extra. It actually only charges you this cache price, which is a lot less expensive than a normal input. So real quick, let's do a comparison here. For the inputs, GLM is going to cost you $1.40 per million tokens, while Opus 4.8 is going to cost you $5. So Opus is 3.6 times more expensive. When that input is cached, however, GLM is going to charge you 26 cents per million tokens, while Opus is going to charge you 50 cents. So again, Opus is more expensive, this time just under 2 times more expensive. And lastly, this is where the biggest difference comes, and that is the output token. So when the model is sending a response back to you, GLM is going to cost you $4.40, while Opus is $25, so 5.7 times more expensive to run Opus. And this is pretty significant, right? If you're using AI all day and you're sending in prompts, or using it for coding or doing these long-running tasks, this is going to add up over time. And you look up at the end of the month and your AI bill is through the roof. Even when we're not looking at individual token pricing, we're just comparing the base plans. We can see that Claude has $17 per month as their cheapest paid plan, with a max plan going from $100 a month. I think it goes up to like $500 per month. And of course, this is cheaper per year. Like the pro plan is $200 if you pay all upfront for a year. But this is just a baseline that we can use to compare it to GLM. Now on the GLM side of things, the cheapest plan is $12.60 per month, or $150 per year. So that's already 25% cheaper than the $200 Pro plan. And then they have more levels as well with their Pro and Max plan. And I think one of the cooler things too is that you can pay monthly for a 10% discount, quarterly for 20%, or yearly for 30%. So a lot of different pricing options. Just increases the flexibility overall. Now let's take a look again at my analysis and check out the performance differences. And I already showed you a couple of the bar charts to begin with that compared the Opus 4.8 model with GLM 5.2, but this has all of them here directly from the documentation. And it's split up into 3 different sections. There's the code writing benchmarks, agentic and tool use benchmarks, and then general reasoning. And we can go through one by one and do a comparison here, but if you generally look overall, you can see that Opus is slightly better, but not by a significant amount. There's certain benchmarks that it does do a lot better with. Like this one you can see is 20 points higher, this one is 11 points higher. But there's also some that are very, very insignificant, like this one is 0.8, right? So what this goes to show us is that They're very comparable, but there's certain situations that you actually might want to use Opus instead of the GLM one. So what are those actual situations? When you want to use GLM 5.2, this is for very contained single run tasks that you're going to do at volume. So think about very repetitive work. When the tool calls are very simple and you're using very simple MCPs and doing the same ones over and over again, you'd probably want to go for GLM. The same goes for drafting up content and doing first passes like brainstorming and just doing high volume things overall. And again, the reason that you want to use GLM for this as opposed to Opus is because the output is very similar but at a fraction of the price. On the other hand, there's times when that price is justified because the output is much better. So those scenarios is when you do long running multi-step agent workflows. You're going to do something from scratch and create an entire code base or system with multiple files. Again, a long running task. If it's something that is very high stakes and you're going to be showing it directly to a client, you probably want a better thinking model like Opus to work on that. And if there's chains of tools instead of very simple MCP calls where one tool is calling another tool, again, you'd probably want to use Opus. One of the other things about GLM is that they have their own coding assistant. You can see there's a terminal tool and an IDE tool. So both of these are very similar to Claude Code. But what's really important to remember is that Claude Code and this coding assistant are just harnesses for using AI. And what I mean by that is it's like having a different code editor, right? You may prefer Cursor or Windsurf or VS Code or Anti-Gravity. They're all different flavors of the same thing, but inside you're still writing code. So when we're talking about these coding assistants or harnesses, they can use different models. And while they're built to use one specific type of model, like Claude Code is built to use the Anthropic models of Opus, Haiku, and Sonnet, there's ways that you can change it to use other models. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you now, how we can start using these GLM models within the existing Claude Code harness. Because for me personally, Claude Code is my favorite coding assistant to use. And I don't really want to change that, to be honest. Us engineers are kind of stubborn sometimes. To get started with this, the first thing you want to do is create an account with z.ai. Once you do that, you should be able to go to the console. So if we go to the coding plan here, we can see that there's a way to add API keys. So put in your information to create a plan, like add in billing, and then go to the API keys and you can do add API key. We're going to do that. We're going to call this demo for now and just create it. Make sure you copy this and store it away for later because we're going to need it. What you want to do is go into a terminal now and paste this command. And Z has this built-in helper for you that gets this set up. So once it loads this, you'll go down to the API key, say update API key, and then this is where you paste in the one that you had. So go ahead, paste that in. It's going to validate that it's actually successful. And now you can choose to configure Claude Code. And then we click apply configuration. And cool, so it says that the GLM configuration was successfully loaded. So let's exit out of this. Let's do clear. And we could actually confirm this by opening up, and I'm going to use anti-gravity for this, but you open up your Claude /settings.json. I'm going to blur out the auth token on my end, but you can see here that it added in this new base URL. And this one is going to be pointing at z.ai. So what it's doing now is it's sending all the requests to z.ai with your auth token. There's just a few other variables that we're going to want to add here so that it is pointing to the right models. So we'll do a comma here, go down and paste these in. So with this, we're telling Anthropic to point the Haiku model at GLM 4.7, and we're going to point the Sonnet and Opus models at GLM 5.2. And this right here is saying to use a 1 million token context window, which actually matches what Opus does. If you did this all correctly, we should now be using these GLM models within Claude Code. So to confirm that, go back to your terminal, and we're going to start a new session by typing Claude. Off the bat, we can see that it's using GLM 5.2, but if we do /status, we'll see again that it's using the model. It says Opus here because that's what we set it as in the settings, but we converted Opus to be GLM 5.2, which it shows right here. And just to test this out to show that it's actually working now, we could say, what day is it? And it'll go through. It'll send it now to GLM 5.2 on z.ai side, and it gives us this response back. So now your Claude Code is fully hooked up using a fifth of the token price, but getting very similar outputs. Now that you have Claude Code up and running, you might be interested in learning how you can connect it to other data sources. So I have a video right here you can check out, and it shows how you can connect Claude Code to Google Ads, as well as how to use some of the newer features like routines, so you can trigger these workflows automatically or on a schedule without you even having to touch the chat at all. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you want to continue seeing real AI use cases and how you can get actual results using these new AI tools.